Welcome back to another episode of High Strung Gaming, and we are on the red planet of Mars on the Occupies Mars game. Last time we actually physically built the launch pad. I was so stoked. We finally got it done. So the launch pad standing there in all its beautiful glory. Granted, we don't have the rocket yet. We're not even close to putting up the rocket, but still, that's a huge milestone for us. That's awesome. One thing we did notice is that inside the base of the elevator, it tells you that you're going to need methane, water, and oxygen, which makes sense. And you're going to need a fairly large amount of each of those things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up some horizontal tanks, some big tanks, one for each of the gases that we need, or liquids. So let's go ahead and start those. 3 big tanks. And yeah, we got the yellow arrows going the way we want. And I want these to be... I'm going to put all 3 tanks side by side. I want them to kind of be in the order that they're going to go. I was thinking about putting the methane tank on the other side, because that's where the hookup is, but I'm like, nah, screw it, I'll just use hoses. So what I want the ends to end kind of level with the end of the workshop here. So I'm gonna eyeball it. Let's see what we can do here. Come back one. And that should be about right. So about there. There's one. Second one we want right next to it. And we want it to be basically kind of in the same, lined up the same way. But it doesn't seem to want to go down. Let's go ahead and build this one up. And also, once we have it built up, it'll tell me how much capacity each of these tanks has. Okay, there we go. Now, capacity empty. What? How much does this hold, though? That's what I want to know. And at the bottom left, it's not telling me how much the tank will hold. So, does this tell me? Does not. I mean, I know I'm going to need them, but I just don't know how much they hold. Why aren't you building? Why won't you place? What's the problem? Okay. Get these up. And since we're going to need so much of each of these gases and so on, I wanted to get these tanks built up so that way we can start storing the stuff. Start getting the stuff into the tanks. Alright. Third one. Come on. Oh, come on. Really? You gonna build that far away? Jesus. Come on. You're joking me. It's gotta have something to do with the land that it's on. Because it is a slight incline. Alright. That's how it's gotta be, that's how it's gotta be, I guess. Sucks, but oh well. Do what you gotta do, I guess. All right. Now, next thing we're going to do, steel platforms, baby. To about, yeah, that's good. Now, the next thing, do I have the materials on me? Because I have been using a lot of materials lately. Do I have the materials for the pump station? I sure do. Perfect. Really? You're not going to place there? Only one pump station can be built per grid. Oh, really? So I can't build another pump station here? That sucks. Okay. Damn it. Well, let's see. We're going to have to rethink this then. That's stupid. Why can I only put one pump station per grid? That's vexing. Because this pump station here is providing our base with water and so on. And also I wanted to look at that. Alright, so currently I turned on extra water in the base for the plants and so on. If I have all my plants at capacity, it's drawing about the same amount of water. So it might behoove me actually to build a separate mini grid just for these things, just for the supplies for that. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do.
External oxygen detected.
If that's the case, then I can go ahead and save my resources right now. Oh, and just to let you guys know, off camera I did move all the lettuce. It was ready to go, so I moved it off of these. There's nothing in these right now. I just have them on so I could see what that measurement was. And there's extra stuff in here too. See, there's nothing planted in there, but I have these pumped up to, you know, illustrate like if I did have stuff planted in there. That way I can figure out what the actual water consumption was if I had everything running full blast. But since we don't need that, and since I can only build one pump station per grid, that means I'll have to build a separate grid, all that fun stuff. Oh. Getting lost in my own base again. Now the next thing is going to be... Damn, it's getting dark already. Next thing is going to be, if I'm going to have to build a separate grid, which that's what it looks like I'm going to have to do. Ooh, let me see if these are done. They are. These are done. And I don't know if I need any more uranium rods for the other things. I think we just needed them just for the base of the launch pad. Let's see, build. Real quick, if we go into, I think it's under garage, right? Okay, uranium rods, yes or no? Fuse, rubber, aerogel, ceramic, aluminum, carbon nanotubes, 322. Cool. No uranium rods for that. No uranium rods. No uranium rods. None there. That's the command section. None there. Okay, so no uranium rods for the rest of this. That's good news. That means I don't need centrifuges anymore. Let's see. Open. Take these out of here and throw them in there, which probably went into this one. Yep. All right. Cool. I do have extra uranium here, so I'll go ahead and I'll leave
Equalizing pressure.
one of these here for now, just so I can process this last little stack of uranium rods. But these other ones, I don't need these anymore. So now, I can grind you down. Okay. Also, since this is going to be separated, grind a couple of these down. And let me come back and do that during the day. Take a look at some of this. Grid production, water is 42. Oxygen is 43. Methane is 1. I could take a really long thing and store a bunch of methane up. So of the stuff I already have stored here between oxygen and methane, I can load those tanks up now with some of that, which was what I was originally going to do. But what I could do, it kind of sucks, I could run a really long line up to these to do that. But it's already 2200, it's 10 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get some sleep. We're going to jumpstart the storage on those tanks is what we already have saved up.
Oxygen detected.
So, take a nap. Happy nap. Today is going to start early at 6 a.m. 0600. As they said in the movie Good Morning Vietnam. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early. And also the military usually...
Suit power, 75%.
During garrison time, you wake up at 6 a.m., they do first call to see if you're going to be at work that day. They call it duty or sick call. And you will report whether you're going to be at duty or if you're going to the sick call.
Water refilled.
And then at 6:30 in the morning, you go and do your physical training every day.
Pressure.
It's wonderful. All right. So, what was I doing? Oh, yeah. That's right. We're running lots and lots of lengthy cord or, well, fluid connections. I think they're all in the other thing. Yeah, I think they're all up there. There might be some in here, though. There's 2. All right, there's 2 in there. Yeah.
External oxygen detected.
Might also have some in the storage up in here. Yep. What about this side? Yep, some more.
Equalizing pressure.
And we can go ahead and grab this one too. And for right now, grab this just to kind of clean it up a little bit. Yeah, it sucks because basically you're going to have to run it from here around the edge all the way up. And we're not even connected to that. We're all the way under here to the ends of the tanks there. It's crazy. I think this might have more. It does. Plenty more. Good. So we're going to need it for right now. Okay, that comes down here so I don't get them confused. And put that there. Now, closest one is methane. So the closest tank is going to be the methane. No, it is this. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and put this up to, I don't know, how much methane we have? Let's go ahead and put this up to 300. And the oxygen, the O2, let's put this up to 300. Okay, so 5 methane. This is going to drain out the whole thing pretty quick. If I even have enough cord to reach it, or cable, or hose. Hose. It's a hose, Mike. It's a hose. Oops, I let it slip. My real name is Mike. Yep, sorry. There we go. Okay, so these tanks hold 50,000. That's impressive. That only took... Oh, no, it took some out of here. Okay. I was going to say. And the oxygen... We don't currently have it going to our base. We have a sizable supply of oxygen. Oh shit, I forgot to look. Which side is the oxygen on over here on this hookup? So this hookup over here has 2. It's got oxygen and water. Oxygen on the left, water on the right. So oxygen is the furthest tank up here. Not the most, this is not the most effective way, since I can only have one hookup. It sucks, but there we are. O2. And so it looks like it only transfers 5 units in the hose. Even though I have, like, you know, the ability to push out a lot more than that, the hose itself will only carry 5 units per tick in the game. And methane, total methane, how much do I need? That's the question. How much methane do I need? 500. I don't quite have that much built up, but I'm not far from it. So there's that. Okay. So CH4, we've transferred all the storage, input, storage, output. To use, we have nothing. In use, 300. Storage input. Storage output. Okay. Wait until that output gets to 500. There we go. Stop that. And check the tank. See if I'm reading that right, essentially. Because if this has 500 in it, it has 500 in it. That's perfect. So this is ready to go. Now whatever other methane I produce on the grid here is stored for the grid, so that's good. And it's not bad to have a little extra. That's what we use for our jetpack for fuel, so that's good. Oxygen, yeah. Right now I'm not using the oxygen to supply my base. I've got plenty of plant growth in there and plenty of scrubbers that handle that, so that's fine. The only thing I really need oxygen for off of the grid right now is to fill the rover. If the rover runs low on oxygen, this is where it's coming from, is here. So that's it. But the methane's taken care of, so that's good. Oxygen, how much did that say it needed for oxygen?
Deploy external oxygen detected.
So oxygen, 25,000. And water's 800.
Equalizing pressure.
Now again, one of these tanks holds 50,000. So if I get this oxygen to halfway full, 25,000, that's everything I'll need for it. Water. I'm going to have to build a separate platform for water. Just so I can have a separate pumping station and pump it in here. Honestly? Well, no, yeah. Either way, I'm going to have water production. But one thing I wanted to look at, well data supplied that's no grid supplied. Water spot data, 500 liters, 55 liters per hour is the replenishment. So I have enough for another well. They're 42.75 liters per hour is what they're pulling out in water. I can go up to 55 liters per hour without running the well dry. So build this bad boy up. All right. 5.86 liters per hour. Which is not ideal. All right. Basically, I'm trying to do this without draining the well. see, 5. Not 5. No. Come here. 4. So there is still water around here under me here. Not as much over here, so we're not drawing as much as efficiently. Down here is where we want it to be. These are the prime spots up here. That's where I first set up. But this is fine. It's close enough. I'm not going to be that anal about it because these are just temporary things anyway, so... Alright. Next well. I guess I gotta have that one space between them. Ah, crap, you're the wrong direction. Damn it. $11 on this grid, okay. So let's go ahead and make a few more platforms so I can put a third one on. Okay. Now what are we doing on the grid here? 17.67. 17.67. I think we're right up against the limit here. 17.67 was the other smaller one, and this one is 42.75, which is a grand total of 60. Ooh, that's not good, because that's going to drain. Yep, you can see the volume starting to go down now. So let's get rid of one of those over there. Or we can get rid of one of the ones over here, actually. Because we have enough to supply the base. I mean, we're pretty good with that. There we go. Now we should see that going up. 0.7, 0.6. Still going down. Still going down. Alright. Grab this one. Now how are we looking? 0.7, 0.6. Why are you still going down? Come on, stabilize. 0.5. Dang. Still isn't stabilizing. Really? I guess I don't have a choice then. Take one of these down. Let's see. Now it's up. 0.3. Should go to 0.4. Yep, good. See if these numbers corroborate those. 0.6. 0.7. Alright. So we're just barely where the well will keep itself around the right level for that. But, so if I wanted to put a third one over here, I could, but I'd have to take one of these out here. Unless I take out one of the oxygen producing things. Let's see, this oxygen, methane. What are these? Oxygen. Yeah. So I'm curious, if I take this oxygen reactor off, what's that do over here? Because I have plenty of oxygen production. Still going up, but this went up. All right, good. Yep. Same thing here. Take this off. Okay, so my oxygen production is going to be half of what it was, but my water production is still back up. Okay, good. Perfect. And granted, I only have 2 over here, so that kind of does suck. It's not that much of a haul. What's this one's individual production? See, it doesn't tell me the individual production.
Warning. Lack of water supply. Oxygen depleted.
It doesn't tell me the individual production of this one unit. That's the thing that irks me. But they are further away from the water source, so let's grind this bad boy. See how that affects this grid. 27. I'll deal with it. That's fine. It's fine. Promise. It's fine. And then that means I can put one back up over here. If it's there. Promise. It was there. Just a... No. Not that direction. There we go. There we go. All right. 17 here, and make sure this goes up again. Yep. 0.1, 0.2. Awesome. So, well is still replenishing. We have 3 over here. Now, it's a separate unit, so we can build a pump station here. Turn around that way. Awesome sauce. There we go. Water. Go. Hold on a second. No, these don't have inputs anymore. And now outputs are automatically wired into the grid. All right. So output from here, that's going to here. There we go. There's our water tank. It's starting to get water put into it. Awesome. I love it. Love to see it. All right. And so they provide their own power. They're not going to be powered through the night, so that's whatever. We're going to rely on them to just slowly build this up. And we're going to need 800 water. So when we get to 800, we can stop that. And that'll be good. And beyond that, now we need to worry about MREs. I don't know if they need to be above a certain nourishment level. We have plenty of time for all the other stuff that we have to you know, get going and everything, like the carbon nanotubes and all the other supplies that we need to craft. So, since we have time, we also have time to improve our vegetables and what we have available to us. So we'll be working on improving our veg. And once we improve our veg, we'll have better nourishment on our MREs. I don't know if that matters for the trip. I just know we need like 250 MREs, which
External oxygen
honestly
detected.
is pretty easy. If we just use beets, they grow very, very quick. They provide a solid nourishment, and you can grow a lot pretty quickly. So if that's the way I want to go with it, I can just make beet MREs and pump out a bunch of them very, very quickly. So that's not going to be an issue. Not too worried about that at all. But I do want to improve my veg status and figure out which MREs are the best ones, just for funsies. Because I like to torture myself that way. Hopefully, you guys like watching me torture myself that way. So there we go. Let's check our pumpkins real quick. They're probably not ready. They're getting there. Oh, wait. Fully grown plant. There we go.
Weather alert. Lightning hazard. Weather alert. Lightning hazard. Weather alert. Lightning hazard. Warning. Water refilled.
So, I'm a dumbass. I recorded a whole bunch of stuff without having my mic activated because I'm stupid. Anyway, yeah, so I stayed up to watch the lightning storm. It was pretty. Scary, but pretty. I had commented that I wish they had like an observation deck piece in the game that would stand even higher than maybe the headquarters here, and just it's tiny, just a little tower with a little dome on the top, like a small dome on the top that you could just look out and see like different storms and weather effects and stuff. That'd be cool. So we're checking our veg, and these are coming along nicely. These are coming along nicely. These are almost done. Apple trees got a ways to go, which that's fine. They're going to be slow, but it's going to be worth it. I don't know how many seeds that will yield, but hopefully it'll be a bunch, because apples typically have a bunch of seeds in them anyway, realistically, so I would think they would yield quite a few seeds. Just waiting on the lettuce to grow up, because we have 72 lettuce here. We have a bunch in the field here. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of lettuce, be able to make a lot of seeds, and a lot of MREs. I don't know how fulfilling the lettuce MREs would be. Probably not too well. They're probably much more effective when mixed with something else. So yeah, but I do want to collect all that kind of data anyway on the different MRE combinations and how effective they are. And like I said before in previous videos, once I go through the long process of torturing myself and collecting all that data, I will share that with the community. But it will be a long process. It takes a while to do that. So, anywho,
Equalizing pressure.
I have a bunch
Low
of
oxygen detected.
fluid hoses on me that I don't need to be carrying around right now. So, but I do want them in a central location. So we're gonna put them here. That can go there. This goes over here. That can come down here. Actually, that'll go there. That'll go there, and then, yeah, we got our hoses there. Cool. Alright. Okie dokie. So what's next? That is the question. We've built up some big tanks. There's the way out. There we go.
Equalizing pressure.
We built up some big tanks. We've been filling them up with stuff. Methane is ready to go. That's fine. Let's see where the oxygen's at. Because the oxygen tank, we need like 10,000 or 25,000. It's 25,000. We're 7,000 deep in there. Then going pretty well. Water tank, we need like 800. We're already at 100, so that's not bad. These tanks are going to go pretty quick. And once these tanks fill up, I'm going to take these 3 water pumps off and then put them back over in this area here to really pump up water production for our base. I might leave just this one little platform with this solo pump here. It's not hurting anything, and that way if I do need it again, it's right here. And if I need to divert everything, then I can just take up the pump from down there and connect that, and it's up. Signal received from the probe. Check details in tablet messages system tab. Messages. There you are. A probe has landed in your sector. It should contain valuable data. The landing coordinates have been included in this message. Now, the landing probes, I haven't really done many of those on stream or on camera. It's basically a little missile that's stuck in the ground, and you open it up and it'll have a USB drive in there. The USB drive, you can put it into one of your tables and research the information. Now, if you don't have all of your tech unlocked for whatever table it is, like if it's a botany one and you don't have all the botany unlocked, it'll open up a recipe for the botany on the table. If you do have it all unlocked, it's just going to give you
oxygen detected.
It's just going to give you points toward advancing that technology, which is fine. It's fine because the more points you have, the more you can do the infinite things at the end. So, let's see. Show you what I'm talking about. Which I think we covered before, but just to be on the safe side. So yeah, like if you pick up one of those little pen drives and say it's an electricity one, I can throw it in here, put the USB storage in here, start decoding. Once I decode it, then I can get the points from it over here, which will up my score here, which we're almost at level here on this one. Sweet.
Electricity technology.
Waiting to see how long it's going to take me to get to a 20% bonus. Be nice. But so anyway, there we go. I'm just kind of flubbing around on this episode, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of like meandering around aimlessly, wandering aimlessly. I'm like, what do I do? What do I want to do next? So I'm sorry about that. Let's see. One thing I do know I want more. I've been using some of these repair kits, so I want more of those just to have them on hand. Good thing to have. Okay, repair kit. There we go. Let's make 10 of them. They stack, so it's fine. Now, actually what I should do is go up and get the boxes, the empty boxes out of there for materials, and start filling those up with stuff for the rocket, like the first stage, the bottom stage, I should say, since we have like 5 sections to build. And start filling those up with materials so I know what I have versus what I need and all that good stuff. So that's probably what I should do. So there we go. That's my mission now. Take inventory of what we have so we know what stuff we need to get. All right. And we're walking. We're walking. We're walking. Oh wait, is this done with this last little bit? Because if it is, I can get rid of it.
Point for technological advancement.
Okay, cool. So we can grind this bad boy down. Not needed. Not no more. Thank you. Thanks for playing. Thank you. Come again. This part of the grid, don't really need it, but it's not hurting anything. It's not an extra draw on my base or anything, so screw it. I'll just leave it there. Not a big deal.
External oxygen detected.
Alright, so let's grab these things out of here. Yeah. Open this. Grab those out. Actually put them in here. Alright.
Equalizing pressure.
So I'm not walking everywhere. There we go. Grab this little bad boy. Here we go. Here we go. Get a little bit of airtime in. Yay! Airtime. Gotta love airtime. Okay. Oh yeah, I meant to look. Can I pin recipes to my HUD? I should be able to. Like off of this screen. I don't know if I can. Bear with me a moment. I'm going to do a few things to make my life easier to track all these pieces down. So, be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. And what we're looking at is the ITS engine section and all the things that we need for that. And obviously, from the white items that you can tell on my list, there's only 4 things that I have enough components of. But there is a lot of stuff that's still stashed away inside this this section here, this inventory section here. So what I want to do is move some things around first. So small pipes. Well, there's 80 small pipes here. Where's the rest of the small pipes that I have? More small pipes. There we go. So there is 100 small pipes, and we need 10 more. There's the 110 small pipes. Aluminium, as some people would say. We need 80. Aluminum plates. 80. Check. Electric motor, we need 70. Check. Electronics, we need 10. Just 10. Check. Now for the things that I'm not carrying on me. $200 steel plates. So 50, 100, 150, and 200 steel plates. Those can all go in here. Pack of screws, 800. So let's go ahead and split this out. Do the 800 here. That goes in there. This I can just put in there. That's fine. Fuses. We need 5. I don't know if we have 5 fuses still in here. I'm just going to go ahead and print them. We need 5. Fuses are super cheap to print. Rubber. We need 60. Can I just print rubber or not? What do I need? More methane. Methane is going to be the bane of my existence. Hold off on that. Aerogel. What do we need? That's easy. So we need 2 pure silicon to make 1 aerogel. And how many aerogel do we need? Ooh, 175. So we need, what is that, 350? 175 plus 175 is 2. Yeah, it's 350. So 350 pure silicon. We can craft pure silicon, though, out of this. And, ooh, we're low on chlorine for that. All right, so, yeah. Well, what about ceramic heat shielding? Ceramic heat shielding, we need 77 of those. So we can add that. Hopefully those stack. But I seem to remember them not stacking. Hopefully they do. Ceramic, aluminum titanium alloy. For that, for this section, we need 210. Oof, gonna run low on titanium after that. Thought I had a bunch of titanium in here though. Maybe not. Ooh. All right. So that was aluminum titanium alloy thermite paste. We need a bunch. Thermite paste we need 280, which we can do. Solid rocket fuel, 7, 8. We have those in the base. Might even have some in here, just that got stuck in there. Ah, there's 6 fuses right there. Durr. Okay.
External oxygen detected.
That's a solid rocket fuel right there. We only need 7 of these. So split that out. Grab 7. Just going, nope. Just going there. 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 Nope. I guess they're just a thing. And then the carbon nanotubes, 322, just for this one section. Just, oh, God, it pisses me off because they're such a pain in the ass to make. Rubber. We need 60 rubber. We have 25 on us, I believe. Could have swore we had rubber on us. Or it's in one of these already. Yeah, so there's 25 rubber in here. And we need 60. So that'd be 35 more rubber. Eek. While things are printing, let's go over in here. You guys done yet? Fully grown. Yay. Fully grown lettuce. Yay. Alright, see how much lettuce we have. Holy shit, we got a lot of lettuce. That's a lot of dimp. Let's see. So it's 90 total lettuce. Zero this out. Fill the fields back up. Now, out of curiosity, that gets us 198. Let's split that up. That's 99, which is one full container of seeds. Oh, shit. Okay, that's maybe 2 full containers of seeds. Or I have something left over in here. Or it's just not shut. Okay. Should be 1 full container of 100. Yeah. Okay, cool. That is perfect, my friend. Perfect. So if I have any other lettuce in here, I don't need it. Oh, well, no, it gave me two seed containers. So I guess each seed magazine holds 50. But yeah. So I've got full seed magazines of a lot of these things. So that means... There we go. There's some veg up in there. It's 8 and 14. It's 11 and 18 bonus on that. Nice. 3 and 5. 3 and 5. But we're working on apples. We're working on apples, baby. How you guys doing? Oh, they're ready to move. Okay. Happy little trees. How you guys doing? Still working on it. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a full run of beets just for fun. Or... yeah. Nah. Actually, no. Never mind. I'll wait. This can go down in here. So I have nothing planted currently. Cool. Alright.
Equalizing pressure.
Oh, wow.
External oxygen detected.
Didn't realize it was so late. Let's go ahead and take a nap. Now you would think, given sleeping through the night, that several hours that pass, that the printer would be all cut up by the time we wake up, but I don't think it does. Because the passage of time through the night doesn't count toward passage of time on the printer, which kind of sucks. But what are you going to do? See, we're so old that it takes us forever to get out of bed here on this planet. Alright. Nope, we want to go here because we want to eat. Because we are a hungry, hungry hippo. And go ahead and charge soup battery. So I don't have to just keep swapping. I can just charge it there. Okay.
Water refilled.
Nice. got 20 MREs. We're good.
Equalizing pressure.
Let's go down here, see what we've got, and what we have left. Okay. Oh, these do stack. Good, 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 good. All right. Here's the 5 fuses I needed. This ceramic heat shinkshar. I can't speak apparently. Ceramic heat sink, heat shielding that I needed. So currently it's working on the aluminum titanium. I have not done the rubber or the aerogel synthesis yet. Thermite paste will be up next. Okay. Solid rocket fuel we have. So yeah, after it finishes these 2 items, we're going to have the rubber, the aerogel synthesis, and the carbon nanotubes. Let's check the aerogel synthesis in the chemistry table, see what it requires there. And same thing with rubber. Oh wait, no, rubber's a pain in the butt on the chemistry table. I would have to go through so many steps, that's right. Rubber's a pain in the ass. But okay, we can take these out of here. Toss them into there. Take these out of here. And toss them into there. Okay. So, aerogel synthesis, what does that take in this table? Nope, it's not the right recipe. There you go. Pure silicon and ethanol, which I think that's the same thing it calls for in the regular crafting table. However, 1 pure silicon and 1 ethanol give you 2 aerogel. So keep in mind, pure silicon and ethanol, 1 and 1, gives you 2 aerogel. Whereas in the printer, I should put a printer in here. Let's see what the 3D printer recipe is. That's just 2 pure silicon. Gives you 1 aerogel. So if you ethanol, and you can't make ethanol here. Yeah, it is ethanol. Here's the ethanol. Waste tanks and water bottles. Gives you CO2 bottles, though. So there's that. That gives you 2 ethanol for each time you run this. This requires 1 ethanol to make 2 aerogel. So each biomass fermentation gives you enough ethanol for 4 aerogel each time you run this. So let's see. How much aerogel we need? 175? Even number rounding up is 176. So I would have to run this recipe 88 times. So that'd be 176 waste tanks and 88 water bottles. But I would get 88 carbon dioxide bottles back from it too, over time. Good God. Whereas, well, let me see. Aerogel here requires 2 pure silicon, which to make pure silicon here you need chlorine, which I think I have a bunch of chlorine mined out. I should have a bunch of chlorine somewhere. Which way is which? This one. See how much chlorine I have, because if I have enough chlorine to just go ahead and pound out the aerogel with silicon, then I'm going to do that. First, pure silicon. Okay. One silicon and 1 chlorine for each one. Well, shit. Yeah. Oh, I need 175. Ugh. Don't have 175 chlorine. Close. I got 100. Let's make 100. Yeah. That just leaves us with 75. Because... oh, shit. It's 2 pure silicon for 1 aerogel. So if I need 175, yeah, that's 350 pure silicon. Ugh. Guess I gotta go digging for some stuff. Chlorine, specifically. We have three aerogel in here, but yeah. So it's a slog. That's the short and skinny of it. This is a slog. It's gonna be a slog. It's gonna be several episodes of a slog. But we'll get there. We will. I promise. Why am I going up here already? Oh yeah, tanks. Forgot about tanks. Tanks a lot. Let's see, where are we at? 14,000, almost 15,000. Not bad. We need 25,000, so we're getting there in that. And this one, not quite 800 yet. Not quite 400 yet. Almost, though. So we're getting there. We're getting there. The tanks are slowly filling. That'll be good. When those are done, it'll be one less thing to worry about. They'll just be there, sitting there, prepped, ready to go. The MREs are going to be pretty easy.
External oxygen detected.
Like I said, MREs are going to be pretty easy. I'm not worried about those because I can pump out some veg pretty quick to make a lot of MREs. So there's that. Yeah, 235 MREs, not a problem. That's not going to be an issue. I like how they thought about that, though. They're like, oh, it's going to take you about this much nutrition to get back to Earth. From interesting fun fact from Mars, or from Earth to Mars, currently with current technology, it takes about 9 or 10 months to get there. So less than a year. To fly to Mars right now, as it stands. Now, MREs typically have... I mean, it's not comfortable to only eat 1 meal a day, but MREs have enough calories in them to sustain you for a day. Actually, 1 MRE can sustain you for 2 days, believe it or not. At least the old MREs. I don't know what the MREs now are like, but when I ate them before, 1 MRE had 3,000 calories in it. And they're designed that way so that way you can eat 1 meal a day and survive. So yeah, like if you were to sit there and take 10 months to get to Mars, if you average a month at 30 days, because some are 31 days, some are 30 days, well, we'll err on the side of caution. We'll say 31 days times 10, 310 days. And if one MRE sustains you for 2 days, yeah, 235 is what we have to craft. That's actually about right. I mean, it's a little on the light side, but it's about right. So it makes sense. They actually figured that out appropriately. Let's see, these are ready to move. Basically, the rest of these I'm just moving around for the points, the tech points. All right, so yeah. 3D printer just a going. All right, so we're figuring things out. We're sorting our inventory. We're getting stuff going. We're getting stuff moving. And that's where we're at. We're basically... The plan is to figure out what I already have that I can use for supplies for the different pieces of the rocket and what I'll need to go and get and do and all that fun stuff. So the slow process of building up inventory to be able to build up the rocket, that's the next thing. And it's going to be a process, and it's going to take several episodes, obviously. I will have to go out and mine up some more materials as well. I may experiment with trying to find a place to set up a mining rig, an ore deposit, so to speak. So in this episode, we were able to put out our tanks and start filling them with the fluids that we will need, the water, methane, and oxygen. Those are filling up now, and they will be stored as, preparation for whenever we do actually get the rocket up there. We looked at what the rocket will need for its supplies to know that we needed those tanks, as well as MREs. Have not started crafting the MREs yet for the supply, but that will be coming soon. Like I said, I'm not worried about that too much. I can craft those out pretty quickly. And yeah, the rest is just materials for the rocket. But we're going to get off this planet. We're going to rejoin our families. We're going to see them again. It's going to happen. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy watching me lose hair over like figuring out different things and frustration. I'm like, but yeah, this is actually fun for me. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for coming along and watching. Mash the buttons if you don't mind. The like, subscribe, and notification buttons, they do help. Any comments you have, if you have any insights or input or things you think I could do better or more efficiently, please let me know. I'm always looking for more efficient ways to get through things and build the base up. So, leave a comment for me. Let me know. Or if you have questions, concerns, anything, that's fine too. And if you don't want to leave them on the channel, that's fine. You can always go to my Discord and leave them there too. And I will respond as soon as I'm available to respond. But we'll catch you guys next time. And until then, I hope you have an awesome day.